The D-Day invasion took place on the beaches of Normandy, which was controlled by Nazi Germany on June 6, 1944. The reason for why it had to happen goes back to July 28, 1914, which was the start of World War I. Germany was on the Axis powers during that war, which lasted until November 11, 1918. Adolf Hitler was a soldier for Germany during that war, and he ended up surviving it. However, Germany lost the war and had no say in their own surrender terms. It's up to the United States, Great Britain, and France. France wanted harsh punishment, while the United States wanted less punishment, with Great Britain in the middle. The surrender terms, called the Treaty of Versailles, ended up humiliating Germany and putting them in an impossible situation to come back from. The punishments went from full guilt for the war, which meant they had to pay for everyone's debt, to basically no military at all. They also obviously lost all the land they gained during the war. This put Germany in serious debt. However, they also weren't allowed to enter the League of Nations, which worked towards world peace. Every country in there had limited military to try to have world peace. This meant that Germany could stop paying debt and build up the military without retaliation from many of those countries. This was led by Adolf Hitler, who represented the Nazi Party. Germany started to expand their borders by invading countries, including taking control of France. The other countries tried to appease Nazi Germany, but Hitler didn't stop invading and expanding the borders. He then started to kill all the Jews and show blatant racism to anyone not white. It was obvious that the other countries had to use violence to stop them. This started World War II. On June 6, 1944, the Allied powers invaded Germany by arriving on the beaches of Normandy. The Allied powers felt confident that they would succeed, as seen in this letter by Major Ronnie Meld to his family. It said, "We embarked yesterday afternoon. We had lunch in camp and then got into buses and drove very slowly down to the harbor. The men were all very cheerful, cracking jokes and cheering every girl we passed on the way. You would have never dreamed, except from the equipment we were carrying, we were not going on their exercise." Planning for the invasion was seen in the 10 Facts About D-Day article. It said Lieutenant General Frederick Morgan and his team of British, American, and Canadian officers submitted plans for the invasion in July 1943. Although limited planning for an invasion of Europe began soon after the evacuation of Dunkirk in 1940, detailed preparations for Operation Overlord did not begin until after the Temrin Conference in May 1943. In the same article, it describes how the battle happened. It says the invasion was conducted in two main phases: an airborne assault and amphibious landings. Shortly after midnight on 6th of June, over 18,000 Allied paratroopers were dropped into the invasion area to provide tactical support for infantry divisions on the beaches. The beaches were also booby-trapped by the Germans with barbed wire, and the Germans had machine gunmen on the cliffs. The Allies succeeded in getting into Germany, but lost a lot of men in doing so. The United States President Franklin D. Roosevelt's presidential address, he said, "Almighty God, our sons, pride of our nation, this day have set upon a mighty endeavor, a struggle to preserve our republic, our religion, and our civilization, and to set free our suffering humanity. This mighty battle led to the defeat of Nazi Germany and the Axis powers, and freed all of the people in concentration camps. Lives lost during the D-Day invasion, trying to stop the most cruel country of all time, have to be remembered forever, and is a great sight in Normandy for all the young people and innocent people that were killed during this dark time in history."